Jessica Paley-Atkins. I own and operate the business Gentle Annie Seaside Accommodation and Camping Ground with my husband Jesse. I guess don't be naive thinking that nothing's ever going to happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big thing. It can just be like I lost my phone or I left it at home and I lost my laptop and now I can't access any of my whatever. Some of it is just lowering your own expectations of like, you're not going to be able to operate as well as you would when something else isn't going on, but just doing the best that you can and offering the best that you can and looking after people on the ground and stuff. And have a really good team and know how to support your team as well. Generators. Make sure you've got a generator. I think that's should really go without saying. The immediate effect was that we had a power outage. We therefore had, stock in freezers, food and things like that. We had campers on site that needed power for obviously hot water showers, pumps to work to pump the water through the shower. We obviously had to shelter some pretty stressed people as well. We have 2 generators of our own, and then we're fortunate that my parents-in-law still have a generator as well. I guess the thing is with generators, there's going to run out at a certain time, aren't they, because of fuel. We do on site hold a decent amount of fuel safely and securely. In that workshop we were in, someone said, well, you wouldn't hold on to petrol because it'll get water in it or it'll go off, or I don't know if it's the other way around. Ours is just cycled through so often that it's very unlikely that we're going to be sitting on fuel that's not going to work. We find with some of our things like we cycle through them quicker because they often rust a lot quicker. You might think you've got a generator that's going to go because it's been sitting in the shed for 3 years and it's okay because I've got a generator and I've got some petrol. But if you don't actually check every now and again that that's going to work, then that's not going to work. So we tend to try to put the generators on the real necessary things, and then if we've got more, then we can put them on the nicer bits. So plugging into the router is very important because that gets comms out and comms in, and means that people can be connected to their families and stuff, whatever, and let them know that they're okay, and that we can communicate with all of our staff and everything as well. And then the EFTPOS is kind of pretty good because at least then you can still keep operating if you're doing any transactions at the cafe. And at other times, we've also been fortunate that campers themselves, some of them carry small generators that have helped us in the past to continue to operate even larger parts of the business. Most of the people that we employ as well are multi-skilled, so they can kind of slot into different roles if they need to too, which is good. I think, rather than we never only hire a barista type person. They would have to also have a whole lot of other skills. Typically, we've got a number of campers that are capable people. We've got a number of guests that are capable people, and typically they, ask if they can help. And while your first immediate reaction might be no, we can manage this, we want to manage this, you are our guest, we definitely do try to, have people then help in areas that they can that are low risk or whatever, because 1, that makes them feel good, and 2, helps you ultimately because actually you might get a bit more done than what you otherwise would have if you just tried to only keep it to yourself. It's now we've got to find ways to support our wider community too. And one of the ways to support them is to keep operating our business. You've got to kind of look at keeping going for your own business, but also the effect of your business on, it's like the supermarket. If they fell over, that wouldn't be great for the whole district. And a hub, I think, like the community hub almost as well, because those places do become even more important too. There are a list of things that I still want to do. A more permanent generator setup, so it's just literally plug that in and then that all goes. The training of the other people on the property as well as probably one of the other things, because heaven forbid my husband gets hit by a bus. Not many buses in Westport, but like but the running of the things, like you can't just have it down to one person who knows what's what. He's the only one that knows where things get plugged into and what ones should be put into one place. So that kind of, I guess, continuity planning or making sure that there's someone else that knows what's what. That's what we need to work on, is actually having it kind of almost written out like a procedure of what you do. So it's not just a muck in at the time and not just relying on the staff that we've had that are long term to remember what happened last time or what they did last time. What I'd also like, and I've already started investigating with our booking engine person, is if there's a mass way to text message people instead of emailing and people have to check an email, that I could, from the central system, be able to send an SMS thing instead. So that would be kind of helpful. There's something about mucking through at the time, but you can also just be that little bit extra prepared.